This is Rene, Isuk, enrolled agent and managing principal of ProsperLink LLC. As many of you know, I am a tax advisor, and I'm sometimes affectionately called the bodyguard against the IRS. What you may think this morning, I'm going to give you a spiel about how to save money on your taxes, how to negotiate tax debt, the things that you hear on the radio that sometimes aren't the best advice that you want to give because it covers a broad audience. But what I really want to talk to you about today is especially for those professionals that are out there, those other CPAs, those other enrolled agents, those other tax attorneys and other attorneys that deal with family law, bankruptcy, and real estate law. And I want to talk a little bit about a marketing tool, or a little bit from a marketing perspective, and it's called making an introduction. In our business, we get so inundated with a lot of paperwork and talking with revenue agents, talking with other attorneys when it comes to a divorce. But at the same time, in order for us to build our practices, we have to also get into the habit of making introductions. And let me tell you a quick story. There was an individual by the name of Bob Fernandez, or I should say Bill Fernandez, excuse me. Bill Fernandez one day was in a coffee shop and he got introduced to a gentleman by the name of Steve. Two connections, never met each other, but because of that introduction, they forged one of the largest companies that the world has ever seen. See what I'm holding in my hand right now? It's an iPad, and that's exactly what happened. Bill Fernandez got introduced to Steve Jobs, and here's where we have Apple. Bill Fernandez was actually the number 4 person in Apple. Again, the power of an introduction. One more example for you. There are 3 gentlemen by the name of Bill, Nathan, and Chris, I believe. They were all college roommates at one point in time or another, but eventually the 3 of them got together in their apartment. Instead of making cornflakes, they came up with an idea that has swept the nation, has actually swept the world. You may have heard of them. If you go over to France or Paris or Europe and have a vacation in somebody's apartment, somebody's home, somebody's cottage, you probably have used Airbnb. And again, the power of an introduction. 3 people getting together from different backgrounds, coming together, forging an idea, and therefore making a bigger product or a bigger service or a bigger concept. And that's what I want to kind of share with you today. The thing about introductions, whether it's myself being introduced to a bankruptcy attorney, myself being introduced to another CPA, is that all of us have different skill sets. My biggest skill set is basically giving a voice for those who don't have a voice when it comes to IRS and state matters. Your skill set may be in order to draft a divorce decree that is concrete and solid and that all parties agree with. You as a CPA, your gift may actually be dealing with manufacturing companies, doing 263 inventory analysis, so forth and so on. All of us can actually help each other, and that's what I'm here to actually admonish us and submit to you today, that the different types of skill sets, if we can come together, that introduction can change the industry, it can change your practice, and it can change my practice. So my advice for everyone today is do not get focused just on the paperwork that we always have to do, but focus on meeting one person a week. Focus on meeting another person in another industry that complements what you do once a week. And that powerful introduction that you make can actually change your practice for generations to come. So I hope this was a little bit of a tidbit, different from the norm, but hopefully it will help you. And at some point I'll come back to you and talk to you a little bit more on the technical side of things and how I can help other CPAs, bankruptcy attorneys, divorce attorneys, family law lawyers help enhance their practices with my skill set. Again, Rene Isuk, managing principal of ProsperLink, affectionately known as your bodyguard against the IRS.